All right, what's up, YouTube? This is BoxingWave. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. So before I get started talking about Ortiz and Wilder again, I just want to address one thing. Okay, I got a couple of requests from emails, and I won't be addressing any other boxing channel. Okay, we all seen what's been going on this weekend. Everyone on my timeline seems to be talking about this one specific channel. I don't have any issues with this one specific channel. Okay. I met this guy before. He was a gentleman. He ran into me. I was out with my lady. He ran into me. He was a cool dude in person. Regardless of how we may feel on YouTube, we have differences in opinion. I won't be making any videos about any other channels unless it's something positive, unless I'm bigging them up, unless I'm just talking about a video they did, but something positive, like not slandering a channel. I'm not gonna be doing that, any of that. I never really did that anyway, but I'm not really addressing other YouTube channels and what they do unless I'm giving them, props for something, you know. Now if it's a channel that I have a lot of respect for, but I disagree with them, then I might bring them up. But I'm just not making channels. I'm not just making videos about other channels, even channels that talk about me. There's been several channels out there that's made videos about me, negative videos, just this year alone, and I didn't respond to them because I really don't care. You know, um, it's just one person. They may have a platform, but it's just one person that has an opinion about me. So I really don't care. I look at them as one subscriber, you know? So look, I'm not going to be addressing other channels unless it's something positive. I think that's the problem with a lot of fans and even a lot of channels because diehard fans will turn you against certain fighters. And I think when you start focusing on what everybody else is thinking about a fighter, it may influence how you feel about a fighter. And I already been down that road. In order for me to have uh, a channel with, great content, I just got to stick to doing what's in my head. I can't be involved with what everybody else is doing on YouTube. You know, it's just not my style. It's not even my style in real life. Like, I'm a low key dude. I don't need to be focused on what everybody else is doing. This is not that's not the way I move. And I'm not gonna jump on an opportunity on someone, even if I disagree with them, even if it's big. A lot of things have been said. It's just too gossipy for me. It's just not what I do. All right. So I just wanted to put that out there. All right. In regards to Luis Ortiz and Deontay Wilder. Now, I was doing some thinking, like, what happens if Wilder really loses the fight? You know, First off, it wouldn't be that shocking to me because we know that we seen the first fight. We know that Ortiz is capable of winning rounds against Wilder. Okay, we know that Ortiz is capable of hurting Deontay Wilder. We know that Luis Ortiz is probably in the best shape that he's ever been, according to these pictures that we've seen. All right, at least at this stage of his career. All right, yeah, he's older, but he has experience of fighting Wilder, and maybe he has a good game plan. Maybe he's able to execute it. Who knows? I did a breakdown the other day, and shout out to everyone that's been supporting the channel, supporting the breakdown. A lot of people like the breakdown, but I did see a lot of comments of Ortiz fans that believe that Ortiz is going to win this time. All right. And listen, that's cool. I picked Wilder this time. I picked Ortiz the first time, but I'm picking Wilder this time only because of his experience of being in there, his youth. All right. And just the fact that I think he's improved. But if Wilder is to really lose this fight, I mean, look, it's been a year of that going on anyway. This whole heavyweight division has been shaking up this whole year. All right, we already had a lot of shakeups. Seeing what happened with Dillian White and Gerald Miller fell in tests. Anthony Joshua getting knocked out by Andy Ruiz. Tyson Fury having one of the toughest fights in his career against Otto Wallen. He's fought higher ranked fighters that didn't give him that many issues. Okay. Um, so with everything that's happened this year already, if Wilder were to lose, I don't think it would be as huge of a loss as the Joshua fight was. Even though Joshua fighting Ruiz was probably the better matchup, I know that's one of the things I said. I thought Ruiz would be the better fighter than Gerald Miller. But even if Gerald Miller beat Anthony Joshua, it would have been the same outcome to me. It would have been the same outcome. It was huge. People weren't expecting that. Joshua was the heavy favorite, and that was that. But if Wilder is to lose this fight, they would just probably have an immediate rematch. It just slowed things up even further. It would slow things up even more. Like, we already didn't get the Joshua Wilder fight. We got the Fury fight. Got a draw. Thought a rematch was coming. We may be getting a rematch next year. But even that is still a question mark behind that. Is that fight really gonna happen? All right. So if Wilder loses this fight, I'm expecting him to have an immediate rematch, and there won't be a Fury 2. It will slow everything up a little bit more, regardless of the outcome of Ruiz and Joshua. It will just slow things up more. But that's it. If he loses, he loses. Like, I've never been a channel that really make it seem like guys are finished when they lose a fight. I think that's why like a lot of these boxers cherry pick so much, because they want to keep that O. But if Ruiz, I mean, if Wilder loses this fight, is it really that bad of a loss if you already got hurt by the guy? And I mean, I feel like going into the ninth round that he was down on a point. I don't know. I wouldn't be that so shocking to me. All right, but it's not a fight that many people desired. No one was asking for this rematch. It's not a bad rematch because the first fight was really good, but it's not like a fight that people are asking for. Luis Ortiz is even older than what he was before. He didn't look impressive in his last three fights. Um, he didn't, well, let me not say he didn't look impressive. What I'll say is he didn't give people any, those performances didn't make people think that he would beat Wilder, just judging on those three performances. If you think he's going to be Wilder, it's most likely because of what he did in the first fight. All right. Um, as far as Luis Ortiz, if he wins, obviously he's probably going to have an immediate rematch with Wilder. But if he is to beat Wilder, that would be a great win. Obviously, it would prove that he is legit. But listen, win or lose, right? Win or lose with Ortiz before he retires, he may retire. I don't know. Maybe he's cashing out. I have no idea. As a Luis Ortiz fan, I just need to see him against one other top 10 heavyweight. I would like to see him before he retires. Just to know. Brian Jennings winning is just not enough for me. All these other guys, Christian Hammer, all these other guys he's beaten, I need to see something more other than the Wilder fight. All right, Brian Jennings, it was a good win at the time. That he stopped Jennings after Klitschko stopped. I mean, Klitschko won against him, but that's not enough for me. And Brian Jennings went on to lose a couple of times since then. So I just need to see a little bit more. All right. So I would like Luis Ortiz to fight someone else. That person for me is I would like to see him fight Alexander Povetkin. I've said in a video before that struck up a little small debate about who's the better between the two. Obviously, Alexander Povetkin is a much far more decorated amateur and professional, without a doubt. Of course, no debate there. But stylistically, it's a fight that I wanted to see, and I said on video before that I think Ortiz would beat him. So I would like to see that fight. They're two older guys. They're both 40. Ortiz may be still officially older, but that's just something I would want. That's just a fan fight for me. I've always wanted to see that fight. Okay. I don't think, Ortiz would fight a Dillian White or whatever at this time, but I also want to see that fight too. That's just because that's another fight that we kind of almost got at one point, and I just want to see Ortiz in there with another top heavyweight, like a top 10 heavyweight. All right. Somebody else but Wilder. Just so I can know exactly how good this guy was, even though he's older. All right. So That's it really. It's really not much to say. I think there's a lot more riding on this Joshua Ruiz me rematch, you know, because Joshua lost to Ruiz, and he was the favorite, whereas Wilder won against Ortiz. So I think there's a lot more riding on that fight there because if Joshua loses that fight again, that could be devastating for his career. It could really hurt his career. Whereas if Wilder loses his fight, it'll be a big loss, yeah, but it would just make for a good third fight, you know? All right. And everything's getting slowed up anyway. So it's just like, man, we didn't even get a lot of fights, that we wanted. I mean, 2017, it seemed like the momentum was really getting there with 2017 when Wilder beat Klitschko, and in 2018, I'm sorry, Joshua beat Klitschko, and in 2018, Wilder beat Ortiz and fought Fury, even though it came out to be in a draw. It was just the fact that he was in a ring with both of those guys that made it a good year for him. Whereas Joshua, like, people were more just looking and wait and see if he would fight Deontay Wilder. Everybody was just wanting the Wilder fight, whereas Wilder, who didn't have the better resume as far as names, yeah, he's fought a lot of people, but he didn't have no big names, no big names or big like dangerous opponents. So I think him fighting Ortiz and the fight Tyson Fury made it his year for the heavyweight division. Whereas Joshua kind of like he fought Parker in a fight that people didn't really care for. No one loved the fight. Um, and I forgot who else he fought. I think he fought Povetkin. Was it Povetkin? I think so. I'm not sure. Anyway, so look, let me know what you guys think in the comment. What's gonna happen to the winner or loser, or the winner and loser for this fight? All right, what do you think would happen if Wilder loses? I think it's really based on how he loses the fight, if he is to lose. All right, but if Ortiz loses, he can either retire or, like I said, I hope he just fights someone else that's really, really good because he doesn't really have anyone really that good on his resume outside of Wilder. All right, so I'm gonna leave it at that. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.